Oh, look at this. Happy Wednesday. New faces coming in the last minute. Well. Another night, another showdown. And we, of course, have a guest. We've got another Lego Masters contestant. Miss Lexi, welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's all good. We like to shake it up, get the contestants on, sit back, have a chat, get your point of view on all the stuff. And then being a Wednesday night, we will have the raid come rolling in. So I'm sure there'll be, questions flown around and thrown around and stuff like that. So we will get into it. How are you, Henry?
Good, mate. Busy
We
day
missed you
at
last
work.
night, buddy.
Oh, yeah, man.
Actually, we didn't. It was the most viewers we've ever had.
Oh, yeah. I doubt that.
No, we talked about, obviously, we talked to the 2 episodes? The cut in half and what was the other one? I can't even bloody remember. I got lost in the cut. The cut in half was so bloody good. That's what we spent most of the time talking about.
No.
The other one was the smaller challenge. And
it was old to new.
Oh, yeah.
No, we talked about that the other night.
Nah.
That's the problem with so many episodes per week.
Yeah, we lose it. But at least now we know, we talked to Lexi that night. We're sweet. It was all good. So let's go back. Let's go back to Lexi. You are obviously, we're up to episode 6 was last night, the bridge challenge. You're still fighting strong. You've had a win. You've had a brick. How up until this, how even general, how was the ride? How was the experience for you?
I'm a massive Lego Masters fan. I've watched all the seasons. Just being on set was so surreal. Like I felt like I was almost watching things happen as if they were on TV, and like I was in a dream waiting to wake up.
You stand there in the corner going, "Oh yeah, look, Nick and Jean really do build good."
Yeah, no, just anytime I wasn't a part of the dialogue, I really felt like I was watching it at home. And I'm really into media production, so I was just loving getting a behind the scenes look at my favorite show. But to come in and, we've had a first, we've had a second, and we've had a third. So we're pretty stoked with how we're doing.
Yeah. You've done definitely really, really well. And here's the raid. How are you all? Happy, everybody? I'll turn that off.
Can I ask you a question, Lexi? You take awesome photographs, like on your Instagram. So when you say you're into media production, you do photography or anything like that? Because they're really good photos.
So I'm a video editor by trade, and I just do photography as a hobby.
So you get all that. You get the composition and all that, because your photos are really, really good.
Yeah. It's sort of a natural creativity, because people always ask me to teach them photography, and I'm like, I don't really know a lot. It's just somehow in there.
It's like when Bilsy asked how to build Lego.
I just because it's creative, man. I don't know how to teach people. You know what I mean? I just can't. I think with the brick. What can I say? I have Lego vision. Actually, funny story. He told me that that he had Lego vision. Anyway, so how was going in? Obviously, other than walking the first garage door opens, all that kind of stuff. Walking in the whole building, the cameras. How'd you take that at first? Because obviously we don't get to see it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's 8 cameras rolling for 16 hours, on the first episode. There's a lot you don't see. In that first episode, so me and Rachel build the mermaids, and we're strangers. We met a couple of days before the show. We don't know each other. We've never built together. And her first suggestion was a narwhal. And I was like, have you ever built an animal before, or like a round whale-ish shape? I certainly haven't. And then the second idea, we both had mermaids, and I was like, look, I'm really confident with characters. I think we need to build something that I can do sort of without thinking,
Off the
because
bat,
Rachel
yeah.
doesn't have a lot of her own creation experience. And I was really thankful we went with the mermaids, because there were so many times through that first day where I forgot how to build Lego. Like, my mind was just fully blank and my hands were doing it, but my brain was absolutely not firing. So I was really thankful I was able to build something I knew how to build without thinking.
It's
Well,
one of
it's
those things
funny-
with the. Sorry, Bilsy, you go.
No, you go, man. You go.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's one of those things when you have too much stuff, right? You feel like, what do I do when you have too much stuff? When you're limited with what you can do, oh, I can only build with this. But when you have unlimited stuff, it does get overwhelming, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in the cutaway episode, so I was building the hotel, and there were times when my mind went blank, and so I would just start laying grass because I could lay green bricks without having to use my brain.
It's funny that you say that, because like we were talking about, I think last night with Dan, maybe, or the other night, it's like, we can sit here and oh man, it's the brick pit. We know there's all the different bricks, all the different elements. And then it's like, okay, we know to build this, we know to do that. But when you're there, it's like mind blank shit. What was I thinking? Crap. Oh, and you literally you freeze. Like you're in a blank spot.
Yeah, and it's so overwhelming because you don't know the brick pit at all. So you can't even find the pieces you regularly use at home. And I thought the brick pit was going to be amazing, but I was constantly frustrated at the pieces they didn't have and the pieces they constantly ran out of. So
it's actually funny you say that, because what did you have? 3.5 million in the brick pit. We only had 2 million. So, we struggled. Yeah, we struggled even more than, you got obviously, more elements and different like that. But it sounds like it's an insane amount, but there's 2 million, but there's 1.9 million gray 2x4 bricks. You know what I mean?
It's funny. It's grown every single season. Like the brick pit has grown every single season, but every season we hear the same thing of too much of the wrong thing, not enough of the right thing. So what are you doing, Dave?
Blame Dave.
It's one of those things.
Hold on, Dan, turn your mic on.
Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it?
What'd you say?
I muted it at the end of my stream, bro. Just pro streaming here. It's not Dave. It's Lego. Lego pre-prescribed the Lego Masters build kits, and they're up to Gen 3 now, I think. So, yeah, you guys got the newest one. Our one wasn't. Our one wasn't the newest one. Ours was still Gen 2. But yeah, it sucked. I agree fully with that statement. It's just never enough. There was enough of some things, but there's just stuff there that you wish you had, and you're like, God damn it, why did you not have these pieces?
Okay, here's a question for you, Lexi. What was in the brick pit you looked at and thought, why the hell is that in here? We're never going to use that.
Oh, gee, that's a hard one. I don't think I have one for that.
What about you, Dan? Was there anything in the brick pit you look at? You're like, mate, no one's going to touch that.
Yeah, there was tons of things that we sort of looked at, and then we made a point of using them just because. So, it was literally. So, motorcycle bodies was one,
but no wheels.
No wheels to fit them. No, and another one was the scooter bodies. They had those, and of course there was all a railway track and other bits and pieces that you just looked at and you're like, nah, never going to use it. Windows as well, like windows and stuff for cars. Nah, never got used. Not by us anyway.
There you go.
I was going to say, the way the windows were sorted for us, it was impossible to find the actual glass for them because they were at the bottom and you could never actually get that deep into the tub. So
Season 2 guys said that as well. Same sort of thing. They had plenty of frames and just couldn't find the glass anywhere, and then realized towards the end of the season that it was all down the bottom.
No, I remember, Henry, with our ones, the drawers that had the split cubes in it, they're all neatly 1x1s, and the 1x1 round bricks were all neatly, nicely colored by episode 7 or 8. They all split. The bottoms were bellied. Nothing made sense. Yeah,
we destroyed it.
We had the same sort of things. They were little, and you'd stick your hand in them, and big fat man hands, and they'd get stuck, and you'd pull it out, and the whole divider would come out, and then everything would just mix together in the one tub. And we're like,
I
you
haven't
guys
really
need to
looked.
glue that down. And they wouldn't because of safety in case you got your hand stuck.
Lexi, I mean, I haven't seen any photos. I'm trying to go through some now. Your Technic pins, were they all just shoved in one big bucket?
Yeah, and it was a lot of work to find what you needed.
Well,
and because with the characters I build, I use a lot of like the joints and things, like the ratchet joint and stuff like that. And that was something they didn't have enough of, and I was constantly having to ask for.
Well, at least you had ratchet joints.
Good point.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Red
it'd be
ball
funny.
joints.
We get to next year, you know, season 5, they've got 7 million pieces, and you know, we still didn't have them pink flowers, you know. I wanted a butthole for my tiger. Hey, what?
Welcome to the Bilsy stream.
I have that tiger too, so
See? Welcome to Lexi's room. So is now, I mean, without obviously giving up too much behind the scenes, I guess, you know, as much as you can, as far as, you know, here comes the brief, we're going to build Cut in Half, or we have to build the, you know, the character, drop in the ocean, sink the ocean, whatever it's called, drain the ocean. How many times off camera or before, you know, you come up with the idea where you're told, let's kind of, you know, morph that idea, but we don't like that. Did that ever happen too much, or?
no,
Damn,
not really.
Only me then?
The biggest issue I had was, you know, that they want you to be instantly creative. So they would give us the brief, and there was a lot of times where nothing came to mind for me. So I was very much reliant on the fact that Rachel is really creative. And most of the time when I didn't have an idea, she did. And I was so thankful.
It's good when you can compliment each other like that, because I felt like, you know, Kate and I didn't know each other either. So when it's hard because you have to learn how to, like, it's almost like you have to learn how to be friends as well as, you know, building partners, as well as, you know, you're on a reality TV show, right?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're both so used to building silently, you know, like alone. And that's actually what we did for most of the show. And the producers kept coming to us and saying, you guys need to chat more. And we're like, but we're building.
Yeah, you should have just started, like, you know, randomly just like, because, you know, obviously they're always listening, just set up really like awkward conversations just to mess with them. I would have. I mean, I did.
No.
Me and Henry, you should see, you know what, you should see how much there'd be on the editing floor from me and Henry. I guarantee there'd be bucket loads and hours loads.
They already edited me in such a polarizing way that if I had those weird conversations, it would have been worse.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good point. All right. Let's go. Let's have a look at last night's bridge. It's Sarah said, talk about menopause. That's a convo killer. Jesus.
I can't relate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Trust Sarah to come out with that. Well played.
Good on her. Hey, she's got that sense of humor. How are you, Sarah, by the way? So last night, Bridge Challenge, you guys kicked off and started really, really well. You done really, really well.
Yeah, well, you know, being fans of Lego Masters, we had the advantage of seeing what had been done before in the Tower Challenge and the Bridge Challenge and put them together. And that's exactly what we did. You know, we were like triangles and let's smash as many bricks into that pillar as possible. And somehow it worked for us.
You knew what not to do. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
exactly.
You're welcome. You're welcome, by the way. You know.
Yeah, see, that's the benefit of being season 4. You know, when they start repeating challenges, we've got the knowledge already.
Yeah, and it does help, and that's like same as I think it was Kirsty that said it. She never watched any. You know, why would you not watch them all 5 times in a row?
I can't even comprehend going onto a show that you've never seen before. I watched all 3 seasons while we were filming season 4, like again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've watched Big Brother every year, and I'm still not on it. I'm spewing. Let's talk about the one of the builds I did want to check out and watch from last night was Schlumpy. Oh, sorry, Dan's and Kirsty's bridge. I actually thought that was as how they suspend. I don't know what you guys think. You know, engineered a bit different. It's actually a bloody good idea.
Yeah,
considering you know.
I agree. I wondered what Dan's rope would have been like attached to a stronger pillar like the one I had created. I wonder what that combination would have done.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Because like you said, the weak point was them probably not even being, if they had him connected him like a H, so to speak, it might have even done me better. But I didn't mind that one. Bill, did you have a favorite or an interesting bridge or one you liked last night? Obviously, other than the winning one.
Yeah, other than the winning one. No, I thought all the bridges did quite well, and I thought the mashup of the vibrating challenge, the vibrating platforms, and the bridge in one challenge was really, really good. And I think that it worked, and you'll see it in other Lego Masters around the world after this as well. Just like the bridge challenge has been in every Lego Masters.
That's what they said. Obviously, they brought it up. The bridge challenge was one of the fun ones that everyone likes every year.
Yeah, so mashing it up with the vibrating plates, I think, is brilliant, and I think it worked out really well. All the bridges lasted, honestly, longer than I was expecting them to. So well done.
Lexi, sorry, Bilsy. Yeah,
good.
Lexi, I was just going to ask you: did you feel like you had, it wasn't a challenge you were comfortable with because you love characters and all that sort of stuff? But you were building a bridge. Did you feel like, oh, what am I going to do here, or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. So the characters, it was funny coming onto the show. The one thing I said to Rachel was, let's not make a big deal of the fact that I've practiced characters before. And then episode 1 happened, and I was like, what? No, I love building anything with Lego. So the fact that I get to go into the brick pit and touch Lego, that excites me. So I wasn't afraid of it.
There you go. There's the statement if we ever need to use it. I love going to the brick pit and touching Lego. Done.
When you go into the shops and you feel the minifigure bags, I like feeling minifigures.
Fair enough. There you go. Question in the chat: what's the biggest highlight for you so far going on there?
It's my nieces and nephews' favorite show. So really just making them proud. I went to watch episode 6 with them today, and my little 3-year-old nephew was like, "You're on Lego Masters." So they're just so happy, and that's what I did it for.
So you're like the favorite auntie now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely it's obviously a good highlight. The whole family thing and getting to share it. Moving on. So without giving anything away, is there even better? Was there a challenge that you've seen over, whether it be our 3 seasons here in Australia, any of the overseas ones? Was there a challenge that you didn't get that you wish you got? You know what I mean? Would it be like a Kale Scale challenge or something out there? Yeah.
There was one that I was glad that we didn't get. I wasn't keen on the American wearable art, and I was terrified that was going to come up.
That's actually not bad because I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Johnny, did any Legos get smuggled out of Lego Masters and are now at your house? I'm sure, they say there's 3.5 million bricks. I'm sure everybody's smuggled Lego out, by accident and by choice.
They started with 5 million.
Yeah.
Look, I will be honest. I kept a souvenir. You might recognize him from last night's episode. It's my bunny jumper.
There you go. Hey, and it played well. And like we were talking about, actually, perfect segue. Beautiful. We were talking about when the car episode was on, how the Rocket Man, the Firework Man, was like that perfect. You couldn't fluke the angle, the picture, the way how it fell and spun and dropped. Yeah, me and Henry were talking about that as well. And you kind of you knocked it on its head and done it again last night with the bungee guy. It had the effect, the shaking and all that. So it's you've done well with not just building your characters. You've obviously done well with your minifigs.
Well, they're obviously flukes, but thanks.
Hey, the flukes work out, and they look, they came out on screen. Douglas Bills, surely Bills is getting. I haven't been on Lego Masters Complex now. It's 4-1. Don't worry, we'll keep, it's always next year. There's gonna be next year. Kev, has the love of Lego waned after competing on Lego Masters, where there's so much pressure to build to a theme within a time frame? There you go. Has it changed?
Not at all. As soon as I got home, I wanted to build tributes for all of my builds on the show. Like, I spent months after I came home building Lego nonstop. So yeah, I'm very much still addicted.
It's always good to hear. I'm just trying to bring up your Instagram, because actually I have been following. You have been doing the builds to replicate mini build. Cade did it for you too, I think, or did you do them, Henry?
Nah, Cade. It was Cade's idea.
So for those that aren't following Lexi as well at the moment, marvelous_minifig_mayhem on Instagram. And here we go. We'll go straight to your Bungee Man even. There you go. And you know what? You've gone to a much bigger scale of replicating and throwing tribute to your builds as well. Hey, that's quality. Yeah. I must have missed that one. We actually were talking about your face when it came through the other night. Like that's a wicked detail. Like, it's hard to build faces. People don't realize, you watch the show, it looks hard. Oh, we can do that, a few bricks together, but it's bloody hard to build a face out of brick.
That particular one is quite interesting. So I wasn't happy with the way I built the body. He was too wide, too square, because I had to build it so fast. And in the end, when the head was on, it was like the final 2 minutes, and I realized I hadn't put his beard back on. And when I tried to put the beard on, it didn't fit because of the body. And I had to run to the brick pit, find any brown pieces I could, and throw those onto his chin. So it's...
So did you get in trouble for putting nipples on him, or?
They're the buckles on his overalls, please.
Johnny, look, everyone liked that guy's nipples. Well, I mean, you did you redone it again, so it's fair call. But
how high are your nipples? Like,
yeah,
you've obviously never seen Bilsy with a shirt off.
Oh yeah, he did get that boob lift, so
it happens. It does happen.
They're up there. Talking about the nipples, Ariana Grande.
Wow. Buckles. We're now going to call nipples buckles. Love it.
I want to know who Ariana Grande is.
Ariana Grande. What timing?
That is the best name ever.
With that build, with your heard it on the grapevine, the Delta build, and obviously, we watched it as it happened. You had to draw the songs out and get to choose who went and where they went. Were you genuinely happy you got that, or did you just shit yourself like, crap, how are we going to do Hearing on the Grapevine?
No, as it was the first song title that came up, and the second I heard it, I was like, I can picture it. And what we built is exactly what I pictured the second I heard that song. And Rachel was a little bit in the dark because we couldn't really have a full discussion about it. And so she very much left it to me to make that final jump. And I was terrified that, the next few songs might have been better. But once I heard all the song titles, I was thankful that that's what we chose.
Was there another song, if you had to pick, other than your one, what one would have you went for?
Honestly, that was the only one I wanted out of the bunch. Like, they were so hard. Smoke on the Water and Danger Zone, like, they were crazy hard. And then Sitting on Top of the World, I wouldn't want to build a world.
Good point. And we said, no dissonant Brinko and Max, like, their one, the long way to the top was almost another stairway to heaven, really. So that's a tough split to make between the two. And me, myself, I never knew Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds. So if I got that, I would just like, I'll see you outside. I'm going to have lunch.
It's definitely not one of the biggest well-known songs.
No, I legit would have never, you take it for what it is. Put Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds type thing. You just build what you hear, but as far as the song goes, I would have had no luck. Anything else, like you said, Danger Zone. Yeah, Danger Zone would have been the harder one, but Smoke on the Water. We obviously went through it and we talked about, we would have done this, we would have done that. And hindsight's obviously, interesting armchair critic view, type of things. But it's a hard, good challenge, wicked challenge. Just obviously, tough, hard.
And so stoked that the special guest wasn't Hamish in a costume.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool special guest.
Yeah, I mean, who was our special guest, Henry?
Hamish's mum.
Yeah, she was actually.
I'm not joking. I'm not actually being rude.
But no, I think they're the only season that never got an actual guest. Oh, we got Fenella for the finale.
Oh, that's right, Fenella.
Yeah, we got Fenella.
Yeah, look, Fenella.
Hamish's mum.
Did you get to spend any time with Delta sort of on the side or not filming, or did COVID kind of ruin all that?
No, I didn't get to spend any time with Delta, but she did hug me when she first came to our build because I was fangirling so hard. So I'll take that.
That's right. Yes, I do remember that.
They didn't show it. They didn't show the hug. I wish they had have.
No, because the people would have been like, COVID.
Well, no, I think they wanted to make it more dramatic so that when she hugged Kirsty, it meant something because Kirsty really needed that hug.
Who is Ariola Grande? I need to know who that is. Who's hiding behind that? They know. They must. It must be an ex-Lego master. It's got to be. It's got to be. Who else will mention G and Hamish's mum? I wonder who it is. Anyway, we'll work it out. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Johnny, what's a Fenella? Fenella works for Lego over in Denmark. She's I'll never know.
She's a set designer.
Yes. Yeah. She's one of the. What was her big set, Henry? Friends? No. Yes.
She created Friends. She created Friends.
Yeah. She originated Friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
She originated Friends. I remember when we first met her, I was telling her how much I liked because I think she also invented, like not invented, but she was the one who brought in magenta into the palette.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's. I'm just going to go through the chat, see what anyone's got. It's easy for me to think about at home, but with the suitcase build, when you said Japan, I'm screaming at the TV. Why? First thing in my head was a suitcase full of souvenirs from a world trip. Still love the builds though.
Yeah, so it's interesting with that build. They didn't actually show that we took a while to come up with an idea that we could both agree on. I wanted to do like a fairy garden, and Rachel wanted to do like books and glasses and objects in the suitcase to a certain period. But I was terrified of putting inanimate objects in a suitcase might get us eliminated, and I felt like it needed to be something living. And that's when we then went to Japan.
It was funny that the whole suitcase thing, and they obviously mentioned it on the show, why would you have it so big and use the whole of suitcase? And me and Henry were saying, why would you not do it like that? Why would you'd take like you guys did, you'd take the full open suitcase and build wholly and solely like you guys did. But, obviously Brickman's got brick vision and whatever it is for that way. But no, I agree with the way that you guys done it. We can pick apart every build we want, but it does come down to the stress and the time. You can't have everything you need and want, obviously, in every build. You're going to miss out on stuff like that.
So that comment from Brickman was interesting to watch back on TV. So when you're on set, you can see that they're talking about us, but you can't actually hear what they're saying. And
yes.
I felt like if we had have done that route of closing the suitcase and just having something small come out of it, that we might have gotten crucified anyway.
Yeah, that's the single biggest takeaway from Lego Masters that people need to understand. They are guiding the show with those conversations that they have between the Brickman and the host, and you don't get to hear that as a contestant.
No,
that's how they orchestrate the show.
Here's how long did it take you to realize that, holy crap, they're hearing everything I say, even under my breath? Because me and Henry worked it out quick, because like one part, we said it last night too, I think, Dan, it's like when you're building and you go, oh shit, that wasn't meant to happen. All of a sudden you look up, there's 20 cameras in front of you. You don't really, you know what I mean?
And the other thing is that like you'd be having a conversation and then you'd be brought up and you'd be like, oh, you heard that.
You heard that too.
Yeah, so there was one thing that happened. I was having a conversation with Rachel about, like, I didn't, as a fan of the show, didn't understand why time management was such an issue for contestants. I was like, why can't they, look at the clock and manage the time? And I hadn't fully understood that you don't see the clock. And
no clock there.
So when this happened, Brickman and Hamish suddenly appeared on the floor and they were like, who here wants to know the time more? And I was like, yeah. And that was in relation to this conversation I had just had. And then, Hamish proceeded to yell the time at me every 30 seconds for the next 5 minutes.
There you go.
That's cool.
They're listening. They're listening and watching everything.
Oh, Big Brother.
Did you I know obviously, once 3 or 4 episodes in, like everybody, you do get used to the cameras in your face. How intimidating was it for you at first? Were you pretty good?
I was pretty good because I've been around media production, for quite a while, but you still, your peripheral vision, you see someone approach the table and everything in your brain is like, don't look at the camera, like just keep going.
Or if you've stuffed up a lot, you just sit there and go, you just stare at it. You just stare at it until they move on.
Just do what I did and just keep dropping expletives constantly, and then they can't use the footage.
Then they take you at the back like they did Henry and be like, mate, settle down on the swearing.
So they did. We got asked to consciously try and reduce our swearing.
Wow. Bloody Kiwis, eh?
Mm.
There you go. How would I ask the question? Actually, let's go back a step. Like you said earlier, for you and Rach, how you were, you met early, a few days before, whatever you said. How did you get the gel of the team before? Like, did you just go in the hotel room and try build together, or just go, get on the, the beverages to try relate to, bond?
I don't drink, so no.
Oh, unlucky. Me either.
No, we got along really well. Like, we couldn't believe how well the show actually paired us. Like, we look like polar opposites, but we are very similar deep down. And we spent those first 3 days before we started filming just talking nonstop.
Oh, that's cool. And did you build a lot off camera between episodes, stuff like that? There you go.
Nah.
And hey, in episode 6, you're still holding strong. Love it.
So the reason is at the hotel, what they provide in the suitcase is so basic. It's not stuff I use, and so I didn't find it helpful to go back to the hotel and use that suitcase.
Yeah, it's just the classic sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hold on, what's this one? Sato. How's the recording schedule there? I know for the Dutch version, they stick you in a holiday park for 5 weeks, and that excludes potential participants because they can't get the time off from work. Yeah, we saw you that come up last night, Sato. We've seen you put it through. Every Lego Masters has been the same. They literally put you in a hotel. You're not locked out to the world, but it's nonstop, 5-6 days a week filming. You got no time for nothing else. You do have to have weeks and months off work for sure.
It was like 10 weeks for us, wasn't it?
I
want to say it's 10. It was 10
yeah,
weeks.
It would have been 10. Yeah, start of October to almost Christmas. What?
Longer?
Yeah, it was 10 weeks for season 4. They wrapped on time. But it was a little bit different for us because we were in the middle of a hard lockdown. Yeah. So they actually, I was in an LGA of concern, and they had to get permission from the government for me to travel an hour to the hotel. And
same for me.
The whole time we were in production. Yeah, so the whole time we were in production, we weren't allowed to go to the shops. We weren't allowed to go anywhere. We weren't allowed to have visitors. We were literally in lockdown. It was studio, hotel, studio, hotel.
No secret trips to Bondi Lego store.
We got taken there as a group.
It's like, oh, okay, we went.
Yeah, no, because we were filming just before you guys. So, like, the Christmas specials came straight after you guys, or straight before you guys. So, yeah, we were right in that lockdown.
Oh, yeah, you would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, Brickman hooked us up with the Bondi trip.
Oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy.
Yeah. What a legend.
Mate. Absolute freaking legend. How? Oh shit, we're past half. Oh, there's no episode tonight, so we don't really need to cut our time and get up there. Get a system moving up. Any of you boys got any inside questions you want to throw at Lexi as well? I've asked them the ones I wanted to know.
It's very hard. Sorry, I'm back. I'm trying to reach a USB. It's very hard to talk and discuss and ask, like, what's your favorite build and things like that, because on previous seasons we interview contestants as they're eliminated, and because we haven't seen the whole series yet, we're interviewing you pre whatever happens, so it's hard to ask you, what's your favorite build, what was your best moment and things like that. So you'll definitely have to come join us again after the season's finished and wrapped up, so we can really go into detail of all the best bits.
Yeah, that's been one of the hardest things for me, is this whole thing has been a secret from everyone for about 6 months, and I don't like secrets, and I was being forced to lie to people because they were directly approaching me on Instagram assuming that that's where I was.
Oh, because you disappeared, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah. I created a lot of content to cover the fact that I was missing in action. Like, I even won a Halloween habitat building competition while I was in production.
Huh. How fun is that? Favorite season 4 team? No, that's not the good. No, favorite season 1 team. No pressure. No pressure. Just saying.
Henry and Cade, hands down, man.
Mate, no, please.
Geordie and Miller.
Good answer. They're lovable. And I guess because Geordie was on your set on and off, wasn't he? I think.
No
for
comments.
A little bit, I think. Yeah. Was Geordie part? Yeah, Geordie was part of the start of it. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, we'll fry Geordie and get Geordie in trouble. What's up, Geordie? It's all good.
He's on the sizzle reel. He's on the sizzle reel. He's on the sizzle reel. It's public knowledge.
Stay tuned.
Maybe Geordie is Ariella Grande.
He might be on the scissor reel, but maybe I get eliminated before he comes.
Maybe. So what was it like to hold the the trophy up when you won the finale?
It's so heavy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Just saying, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and the handles aren't smooth either, eh? They dig in. It's awful.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think it was one of the when we were in Canberra. Henry's one like literally cut me open.
Rough.
I mean, I shouldn't have been trying to steal it, but it did cut me open.
Well, if you went to bed with it, it's going to do.
Yeah.
That, so.
Tried to stick it down your pants, Bilsy. Come on.
Yeah, I was in bed with Henry. I'm not going to lie. Not the first time. You know what? When you think about it, man, we've stayed together quite a lot, comfortably.
Yeah, it's something I'd rather not discuss on the stream, but yeah, sure.
So Henry, are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
Well, apparently Dave said Henry's half scale, so there's your answer.
Wow.
Now that you are a Lego master, Lexi, are you obviously, did you, I mean, I haven't really dug into your history. Did you do much Lego shows? Like, did you do much events before the show? Has she frozen?
Cutting out now and then.
Yeah, you cut out it. You froze on. Stop staring at me. There you go. You cut out a bit.
That's the death stare. Jeez.
You cut out like a real weird stare. Yeah. Now, as I was saying, did you do did you do? Oh, yep, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, love you too. Mad.
Yeah, that's the Bilsy effect, mate. That's the Bilsy effect.
That's Sydney internet, mate. Oh, she's back.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm
I had
back.
a question as well, Bilsy. Just let me ask a question before you
All
go.
right, go for it. Go.
No, go. Did you ask a question? I can't remember.
Not yet. No, she cut out when I was asking it.
Has anyone come up to you in public and gone, "Oh my god, you're that person from Lego Masters"?
Yeah, I actually had my first person yesterday. So after work, I went to do the groceries and I was in the self-service checkout of Woolworths, and this little 6-year-old clocked me. And like, I wear a mask when I'm out in public too.
Yeah.
And she clocked me and knew exactly who I was. And they took me outside to get photos with me, and they were so stoked, and it was such a fun experience.
That's awesome.
That only happened once to me, and that was Henry's kids. No one else has ever recognized me.
The best one was when we were at the Lego store, and then they said, "Oh, can you please move to the side?" And then
the world's best stories is when Henry did a show. We won't name names, with another Lego master, and someone come up to the other Lego master and go, "Oh, hey, can you take a photo of me and Henry?" He gave him the camera, like, "Oh, that's a bit, you know."
Ryan from season 3 was telling me that it annoys him that when he goes to the Lego store, they don't recognize him.
Ryan literally looks like anyone.
Whereas my clothes are quite colourful, so I stand out.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? You had a dress. Obviously, I'm guessing you took the photo of the pattern with the colourful bricks, the purple and the brick one.
The bricks one. Yeah, the bricks one.
Yeah, the brick one. It's kind of like, oh man, you know, you obviously, did you make that yourself, yeah? Or you got it made?
So I took the photo of my own Lego and got it custom made, and I've actually made them available because there's been a lot of interest. And my nieces and nephew have their own outfits.
There you go.
That's a business.
I'd love to know how you guys got authorized to wear those clothes on the show, because I had a bunch of things before we went. We had to provide photos of anything that we thought we wanted to wear that may or may, you know, that had Lego related stuff on it, and I had 7 of my 9 designs rejected, and they were very basic designs.
I bet you Henry can answer that question.
Yeah.
What's that?
And Henry had the same problem with the cover of his book. So you can show a brick, you can't show a Lego logo. You can show a design, you can't say the word or show a logo. So if it's a brick that you can't physically see studs and stuff, or it's a minifig that you can't be a license of, it's a fair pass.
Yeah, but it's also like, in terms of clothing, it's probably to do with endorsement deals. You know, like, you know, if Hamish is, you know, authorized to wear Nike shoes or whatever, you probably can't. You know, there's things like that, I guess.
The reason I was given that apparently came from Lego, who rejected the designs that I had on T-shirts, was that bad taste. People couldn't buy it in the store, therefore it would be misleading.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And these were just all basic outlines. So how Lexi gets away with those minifig dresses, man, I'm jealous. Super jealous.
Yeah, good work.
It was just the one.
But even that and the brick pattern one.
I was sad. I was sad that Disney Plus wasn't a sponsor of season 4, because I have a lot of Disney dresses that they refused.
That was my question. What did they refuse? Because obviously you got away with that one. They've obviously refused, and you know what didn't we see? Oh, she's on it. Am I on a lag, or is it just me, or is it them?
So it was only Disney for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must be on a lag.
You guys in Australia's internet sucks.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. There's obviously a you know, an out there lag going on right now, but you know, we'll all come together and you know, just be some awkward silence.
Do you know what it is? Brickman's live as well.
Hey, I never saw the shoes. How'd you get them?
They're cool.
So the same place that made the dress, they make shoes and bags, and you just put your design on anything you want.
That's freaking awesome.
I'm going straight there with your face.
Yeah.
Bilsy.
So
I was thinking the
I have
tiger
in my
butthole.
I have in my highlights how to access the stuff I've custom designed.
There you go. We'll definitely have to check it all out.
Lego dress.
Mate, this internet is shocking tonight. This internet is hopeless. Oh, you've got bags too? Come on. Get out of here.
Well, I feel like there's a massive gap in the market. Like, they don't think adults want to wear Lego clothes, so they're not producing enough. And I felt the need to go and create my own custom ones.
Yeah, I mean, like some of them are, not even that. Even if you just looked at it like, and perfect example, I mean, I haven't shown it yet, but I literally just got big vinyl wrapping made for some of my DJ decks in my DJ booth. So it's wrapped in Lego now. And it's like, you can't even find them designs in stickers type of thing. I mean, stickers is a different question, but no, the clothes are wicked. Like, I'm glad I found them. I'm going to have to check out them after.
No, I looked for stickers as well because I really like scrapbooking.
Yeah.
We do have a question in the chat.
Yep.
How many years have you been building Lego for?
I got into Lego in 2017 through photography. So I went to an Insta meet and the theme was photographing minifigures. From there, I started buying sets just so I could get the minifigures. And then I took a big leap and bought the massive Disney castle. And then I discovered brick resales in Queensland, and that opened my entire world up. I was able to have access to pieces I never had access before. And that's what took me from 0 to 100.
That makes so much sense. I used to work at brick resales. Great.
You probably met without even realizing.
Probably.
So the first brick resales event I went to, Cade was appearing.
Oh, that was the dud one. Mine was the better one.
Were you there at the same time?
I was at her first one.
Oh, that's the one that bombed. Yeah, okay.
No, so there was my first one, then Cade's one, and then we did one together. She went broke after paying Cade, so that's why she doesn't do it anymore. Ariola, yes, I have a couple Lego tattoos. I'm pretty sure more than 50% of people have Lego. Do you have a Lego tattoo yet, Lexi?
I do not have a Lego tattoo, but I'm saving this spot on this wrist. The picture's mirrored, so I got confused. I'm saving this spot to get a Lego tattoo, but I don't know what I want yet.
A Bilsy's
face.
Yeah.
Why did I not come up with that? Let's go to the tattoo shop tomorrow.
Oh, he'll meet you there.
Henry shout. I reckon we're good. I think we've filled in a very informative show, and lucky for you, Lexi, you literally get the longest show than anyone else because we're supposed to be cut a half an hour. So I'm sure I'll hear it from the publicist tomorrow, and I'll get a backhand. But hey, we had a lot to talk about, and we filled in the time, so it is all good.
We had internet issues. We had to go longer.
Yeah, of course we did.
It'll just be like episode 1. Somehow I became half of that episode.
Hey, don't argue. Hey, and Cheap Jokes was only about 1 minute of it, so it's sweet. Sorry, Andrew.
I felt really bad because they made Rachel look like someone who just stands silently next to me, and that's not the case. Like, she is very much participating, and what she built was incredible, and it didn't get the credit.
That's good. That's nice of you to say. That's very good. Here we go. Look, I already got. She's not even gone yet, and already asking for her back. Jesus. We'll get it back after she's eliminated. We'll get it back. We will. I mean, I'll keep the invites open as long as they're allowed to in all their rules they got to follow now. We'll get them back as much as they can because you guys don't see the amount of 47,000 emails that I've got to send just to get these guys on the show. It's like it's insane. Thanks to Henry for stuffing up the contract problems, but it's
yeah. We never had issues until Henry joined the stream, and now we have all this legal jargon.
It's called actually having clout on your show, mate. That's what it is. You know? Like, I give you legitimacy. Well, you're welcome.
You give me diversity, and I thank you for that. No, go and follow Lexi, people. Marvelous minifigure _ mayhem on Instagram. It's obviously, you know, it's ripe, it's fresh. She's going to keep posting obviously all the little mini builds for each show. The next episode is Sunday night. It is Dragons and Dragonscapes or something like that was in the sizzle reel. Make sure you do check it all out. Ariola, sure. I'll call you later. No worries. But yeah, Lexi, thank you for lasting this long with us. We do appreciate it, and we'll definitely ask you back for sure.
Yeah.
No worries. Happy to come back.
All good. Yes, Andy, we can raid someone. Who do you want to raid? Let's do it. Who else is brick building on Twitch now? We can send our love to. We'll get them out, and then we'll see. We'll hang around here like awkward people just waiting for someone to give us a username. And yeah, like Bill did there. Jakios. Why not? All right, let's do it. Give me 1 second. Jakios. 5 people. He's about to get hit with 55 people. So hopefully he doesn't think we're a bot and he's going to go crazy and all is good. 10 seconds, people, once again. Marvelous minifigure mayhem. We'll see you all on Monday night. And thanks again, Lexi.
Thank you.
And rated. Done.